skin, and I'm thinking if we should do the complexion or the eyes first. I don't know. Huda Beauty came through with the Color Block Obsession palettes. We have 2 of them, $29 each, and they're made in China. One of them, it's all about aqua blues, electric greens, and we also get a neon navy. And the other one, it's all about orange and purple. So in here, we're supposed to be getting buttery matte and then this cake liner situation. In this palette, it is this shade. And in this one is this one pretty shade right here. It activates with water, you wet your brush, and then you can use those 2 shades as liners. Look how they look on the eye. We have the sparkly dual color metallic. The shade feels a bit thick. Then we have this duochrome situation right here. I don't find it to be too convenient because you have to like pick it up like this, because if you go like that, you're gonna fuck it up. See, like I went like that and then already the 2 shades, they're like mixing together. So in here you have this baby, and in here you have this one. This looks a little dirty. So they claim to be suitable for all skin tones, easy to blend, insane pigmentation, minimal fallout, and buildable coverage. So let's see. The packaging in the front is like this silicone material, and the color block letters, they're coming out. Like they're like 3D. See that? They're super cool. Of course, I was gonna pull this baby out and show you because we have a lot of colors in here, and in case you already got this baby, I want to be able to tell you if you need this too. We get a lot more in here than when we get in the Obsession palettes, and I'm obsessed with this, with all this. In here we have this green and this green, so I want to see if they compare to any of the greens that we get in here. So that's them right here. Just peep this out. Like this pigmentation, this is the 3 greens that we get in the Norvina palette. They don't really look like any of the greens that we get in here. This is more like blues, and we only have this green right here that it's like a little right there with this one green, but that's it. And then when it comes to this peachy coral orangey shades, I'm gonna swatch this ones right here. One is the 3 shades from the Norvina palette. Look at that. It's like, this is like, boom, one swipe. This is a lot more vibrant, a lot more neon. Look at this vibrant, like peachy coral. Like this have a little bit of everything in here. And no. Because even this orange, it is a lot darker, deeper than the orangey shade that we have in the Norvina palette. Now, come on, let me show you really quick what's up with these 2 looks. Prime my eyelid with the concealer from one size, and I'm not gonna set it with powder. I'm gonna grab my Makeup by Ariel 811. We're gonna start with this one, with the orange one, and I'm gonna pick up this color right here, and I'm gonna set my lid using this color right here. It's gonna apply it on my whole entire lid. And I'm gonna bring this shade right here by my brow bone. Very light though, you do have to build it up. Now with my Rose & Benz Beauty brush, this one is the 828. I'm gonna be picking up this orangey shade right here, which is the darkest one out of the other 2 orange. We're gonna look down, we're gonna start on the outer V, and we're gonna start packing it on the crease. This is nice, this is pigmented. And I'm gonna bring this shade all the way in my crease, all the way to the other side. With the same brush, we're gonna be picking up this shade right here, which is a little lighter than the one that we just used. And I'm gonna use this to blend the edges of this orange. And I'm gonna make sure that we don't have no harsh lines. Now with my Makeup by Ariel 829, we're gonna pick up this shade right here. I'm gonna start right here on my outer V. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more, and I'm gonna pack this shade right below the orange. These shades, they do require like a lot of building up. I'm only gonna bring this shade halfway into my crease. Back with the E28 from Rose & Benz Beauty, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this light purple, And I'm gonna use it to blend the edges of this dark purple. Now with my Jumbo Blender from Sonia G, I'm gonna try to pick up a little bit of this shimmery orangey shade. I don't want the purple yet. I'm gonna apply this right here in the inner part of my eye. Let's wet my brush to see if it gets a little bit more intense. This is wet. Yes, now we're talking. Same brush, the other side. I'm gonna be picking up the purple right here, and I'm gonna apply right on the center of my lid. I want to go over the orange a little bit and just mix them together, and then this is how it looks wet. Alright, so now we have to do the water activating situation with the K-liner. I'm gonna be using my Makeup by Ariel. This one is the A16. I don't have water right here next to me, but I'm gonna apply a little bit of this MAC Fix Plus. Okay, so you could tell that this shade, it's creamier than the other ones. I'm gonna start. The more you wet it, the better it is. So I guess we do have to wait for it to dry down, because you see how it's still wet and it did transfer a little bit right there. Now with my inner corner brush from Sigma, I picked up a little bit of the shade and I applied it right here on my tear duct. This is a very classy, little, fun, but colorful type of situation. You have to have in mind that when you're working with colors like this, purples and orange, and you don't have nothing else to transition these two colors together, you have to keep it to a minimum. Don't do too much, because these two colors, they tend to get patchy. So if you apply too much and you be too extra, your eye look is going to look dirty and messy, and you're not gonna have no way out, because they're gonna be super patchy. Trust me when I tell you that. I was actually gonna do a little bit more, but I noticed that when I was applying this purple on my outer V, that's the one that I only brought halfway into my crease. I noticed that this purple, it's patchy. That's why I kept it right there, and then I did what I did, because if I would have continued using this purple, this eye look right here would have been a whole mess. Alright, so now let's move on to this baby. I love the way my nails match with this palette. I have no clue what I'm going to do right here, but with my Makeup by Ariel 811, let's start with this color right here. Look how pretty that is. I'm going to use this shade as my transition shade. I wiped off my brush, and now I'm going to pick up a little bit of this color, and I'm going to use it right here by my brow bone. So damn, they're very light, like you can't even see them on the eye if you don't build them up. Now with the E28 from Rose and Ben's Beauty, let's pick up this color, which I think is my favorite color out of the whole palette. And let's lay it down on my outer V. And I'm gonna do the same thing, look down, and I'm gonna pack it on my crease. See how you have to build it up? Alright, no, this is hard to blend. I don't like the formulation of that blue. With the same brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of the first shade that we used. And I'm going to use it to blend these edges and see if this works out. And if you try to blend it too much, look how it gets. See that? It starts to like lose pigmentation and separating. Let's do something else right here. I'm going to be using my Classic Crease from Sonia G. Let's go in with this green. Let's see if this green works a bit better. I'm going to pack it right here on my outer V. No. With the same brush. I'm going to mix this green with this freaking messy ass patchy blue. Okay, so this green is helping me blend this blue a little better. Look at the patches. You actually see them right there. Look at that. See that? Okay, so now this is looking a lot better. With the same blending brush from Sonia G, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this, which is like the darkest purple out of all the other ones. And I'm going to give this eye look a little bit of depth by applying this shade right here on my outer V. And I'm going to keep it right here. Now with my Jumbo Blender from Sonia G, I'm going to be picking up this shimmery light blue right here. And I'm going to apply it in the inner part of my eye. Before I continue with this shimmer, I don't know, I need something else. So with the Makeup by Area brush, the 829, I'm going to be picking up a little bit of this shade. And I'm going to pack it in the inner part of my eye. It's okay if you already applied a little bit of the shimmer, just pack it in right on top. Yes, perfect. Like that shimmer wasn't gonna cut it for me. It's looking a lot better. The same brush, but the other side, I'm gonna be using this shade that I haven't used yet. And I'm gonna apply right on the center of my eye. That blue, it's really pretty. These shades, they're gonna work a lot better if you use them with like packing brushes like this or something like the Ref 02. Don't use too much blending brush and don't blend them because they get patchy. I'm gonna go back with this lightest shade. I'm gonna reapply right here and I'm gonna make a transition between those two shades. Now back with my fluffy brush, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this shade and I'm gonna use it to blend everything together right here by my brow bone. I'm just doing the little patty motions. With my Morphe M431, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this shade and I'm gonna apply it on my tear duct. I already wet my brush. Now let's see what's up with this liner. Oh wow. I like the fact that a little bit goes a long way. You don't have to like keep dipping your brush in to get more pigmentation. Like one dip, it's enough. Alright, so we're done with the eyes. I definitely like this one a lot more than this one. This is just not really my cup of tea. But let me go finish on my complexion, foundation, concealer, all that good stuff, and I'll be back. I am back, and for my lips, I'm wearing my Baby from Makeup by Mario. This is in the shade Travis. And then I think this is his lightest lipstick on the shade Sierra. I didn't want something too warm or something too cool. This is like right in the middle. It feels so weird when I'm wearing two different eye looks. I don't like that, and I think you guys already know that. Let's do the lower lash. Let me start with the green and blue. Let's go in with this shade first to just lay down a base. I'm just gonna apply this along my lower lash. This is powdery. Now let's go in with this one, and I'm gonna apply it right on top of the green. I'm only gonna apply the shade in the inner part of my lower lash and the outside part of my lower lash. Let's go in with some of this one. When you start blending these colors together, they start mixing and you really don't know which one is which one. They start all looking the same. Now with my liner brush a little bit more. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of the cake liner. And I'm gonna apply it on my waterline. So because you have to let this dry, I don't think this is the most convenient liner for your waterline because it's wet there, so it's just moving around. So what I'm doing is that I'm applying it right on top of my lower lashes. Now for the other eye, with the same brush, I'm gonna be picking up this one. And this is gonna be my base. Now let's grab a little bit of this orange right here. And then now with the side of the brush, we're gonna pick up this purple right here and I'm gonna stamp it on my lower lash. Alright babes, we are done with the application part of this video. Moving on to my final thoughts, no BS. What do I think about this eyeshadow palette? So you know I always have to keep it 1,000. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And there's not really in between. Is this a must-have? No, definitely not. And I don't like them. Not the biggest fan of neither one. I do like this one a lot more than this one. It's just a little bit more workable. These purples, they're like a no-go. They're patchy. Color Stories is just not suitable for all skin tones. They're definitely not wearable, so just know that if you buy them, you're gonna put them away and you're gonna use them very little. I think they're cute to just mix them with other palettes, but not even, because the formulation lacks some pigmentation and they're just hard to blend. The formulation actually gave me a little bit of struggle to blend. I just maneuvered to put the eye look together. I have a lot of her mini obsessions in my collections that I truly love. This is definitely not her best, and it's not my favorite at all. I love her Wild Pine Tone palette really quick. I love this baby because in here we're getting this neon yellow green shade, that green, and then this like peachy coral shade. So I want to see if we have something here that looks alike. Let me swatch the shade in the middle with this one right here really quick. This one is the one from the Wild Pine Tone. Look at that. And then this one is the one from the new one. See how much more pigmentation this one have? I'm gonna swatch this green next to this one right here. This one is the one from Pine Tone. Look at that pigmentation. And this one is the one from the new one. Damn, these two shades, they look very similar. Almost the same. On the eyes, they're gonna be the same exact shades. And then let me swatch these two shades right here next to this one right here. This one is the orange from the new one. This one is also from the new one. And this one is from the Wild Pine Tone. This and this, they're very similar. And again, on the eyes, you're not gonna be able to tell no difference. And you already know, if you watched to the end of this video, comment down below the keyword neon. That's how I'm gonna know that you made it to this point. Thank you again for another great video. I love you all so damn much, to the moon and back. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, I hope now you're considering subscribing and staying with me forever and ever. So go down below and click the little red button and make sure your notification bell is on so YouTube can notify you every time I upload new videos. Mwah! See you in the next one.